In today's video, guys, we're going from looking like this to looking like this. We're eliminating your lower, stubborn belly fat. Hey guys and girls, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and this is the question of the day, the week, the month, the question I get most commonly. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions around just how we take a physique from looking like this, guys. This is me at one point in my fat loss phase, and this is me actually currently. And I've lost a lot of lower belly fat, lower back fat. And the whole purpose behind this journey is that I want to be able to share it with you guys, because this is something that I love to do, and I love to share and explain my processes. And there's a lot of ways to get there. There's a lot of ways to get where we're going. But ultimately, the biggest mistake that people make is they do not allow enough time. That's right, guys. When I show you this first video here, this is me at around 230 pounds, and this is in November of 2022 now. What's going on in my mind in November of 2022? Well, first of all, let me tell you, I was happy with the way I looked. I was strong, I was healthy. So there's nothing going on there that makes me think, you know what? I really want to eliminate this lower belly fat. But if you guys know me, know my history, I'm a 47-year-old lifetime natural competitive bodybuilder. You do not need to be on anything to get this lean. But here are some pictures and videos of me at damn near competition lean, being very shredded. And to get on a bodybuilding stage, they don't ask you what your body fat is. They don't ask you how much you weigh. It only matters what you look like. So I have, for the last 15 years since I started competing in competitions, been focused around making my physique look the best it can possibly look. Now, it just so happens that belly fat, lower back fat, stubborn fat of any kind, even fat on my glutes and hamstrings, doesn't look good on a bodybuilding stage. You know, if it jiggles on stage, it doesn't look good. You are the most exposed as a human being you can be, wearing little tiny posing trunks, putting on tan, and they put these really bright lights on you that shine basically through your skin. So if there is any body fat on you, it is very visible. Okay, so I have been focused on this. Now, I've never really done a lot of body fat testing, though I just did one a couple weeks ago, and I'm currently working on seeing how shredded I can get in 30 days. But when I get these questions and I'm going through this process, it really makes me want to help you guys out. So first things first, how do you get it done? Well, you take your time, okay? It is not something that's going to happen right away. When I think of fat loss on the human body, and I've done this over the course of the last 15 years, trying to get lean, putting on muscle, which means sometimes you add a little bit of body fat, but what I've noticed is that body fat comes off the human body in a pattern. Now, the greatest analogy I can make is a paper towel roll, okay? You guys know what a paper towel roll looks like, and you know what the center looks like. Usually that lower belly, that lower back, these abdominals, that fat is closest to the center of that towel roll, meaning you've got to lose all the fat all over your body. Now, we got body fat in places we don't even think about. Guys, I'm growing this beard partly because my face fat is gone. I have divots, my cheekbones stick out. So I like growing a beard when I'm getting lean, because otherwise people will start asking me, hey man, you doing all right? You'll notice my neck looks thinner, right? I've lost fat in my neck. I've lost fat in my shoulders, arms, legs, lower back, all over. Fat that you don't even care about losing, you lose. But you got to go through that to reach that point. So what does that look like for you? Well, a lot of it comes down to us having preconceived notions around the weight that we need to reach to look like that. The more muscle you have, the heavier you can be and reach that body composition goal. But I've had people tell me that they wanted to be 200 pounds at 5'8", and I'm telling them, well, it's probably closer to 170, 175, right? The weight is probably going to be lower than you want it to be. The people around you are probably going to think you're looking rather thin. The clothes that you've been wearing are probably going to get ridiculously big. I actually have a second wardrobe that I wear when I'm leaner, and I can't wear those clothes when I'm 230. Guys, I'm getting close to 200 pounds right now, right? Down 30 pounds of body fat. And granted, I didn't have that much body fat to lose back then. I felt great like that. I could walk around like that and get compliments on my physique. But this is a whole other level. This is where I'm getting lean enough that I could get on a bodybuilding stage. I'm getting lean enough that even people on the internet don't call me fat anymore, because we all know if you're 12% body fat, you are fat on the internet, right? So this is a fun process for me. I love going through this and sharing it with you. So how do you make that happen? The process that I've learned over the course of my career as a coach and a competitor is that I try to lose about 1% of my body weight per week. Now, if you're obese and you have a lot of body fat to lose, that percent can be a little bit higher. The closer you get to this mark of, let's say 7, 8, 9, 10% body fat, the slower fat loss is going to be. Why? Because we have less total body fat to lose. It's that simple. So even though we're only losing a little bit of weight towards the end of the process, that is a very significant difference than the first 10 pounds, okay? You're gonna see visual changes, you're gonna see striations, you're gonna see vascularity, you're gonna see changes, waist measurement's gonna come in at the very end, even though the weight loss is slower. So don't be in a rush. In fact, if you reach a sticking point, this is something else I've learned. Don't just grind yourself into the ground. Don't just constantly be adding cardio, constantly be taking away calories, be compromising your sleep, your recovery, your training. Instead, use at least high carb days, and oftentimes I'll use entire weeks to take a diet break, a recovery week where I bring calories up to maintenance, as much as a 25% increase in calories and a 50% reduction in the amount of activity or cardio that I'm doing. This allows me to maintain my weight, improve my digestion, improve my performance. I feel good, I look good, and my body's metabolism will return back to a really good baseline so that I can push forward. It also lowers stress. Something that I've noticed that most people don't deal with through the process of dieting is the accumulation of stress, the acute fatigue that we accumulate through doing all this cardio, putting our pressure on ourselves. You get on the scale, it doesn't say what you want it to say, you stress out, you freak out. That stress accumulates, and you have to allow those ebbs and flows. Now, as I've been doing this 15 years, I can assure you, I'm a little more comfortable with the process, okay? Because I know what to expect. But even I still get in my head sometimes. I'll be honest, guys. I hit 202 on the scale last week. I was traveling this weekend. I took my recovery days over the weekend. I woke up at Monday at 207 pounds. Now that in the past would have sent me freaking out. What I do instead, I just got back on track. I woke up today at 203. That's right. I dropped 4 pounds in a day. Why? Well, because I overdid the sodium. I overdid that. I didn't overdo the fat intake or the carbohydrate intake or the food intake. I just knew I was eating foods that are outside of my normal range for sodium. That causes a temporary retention of fluid. You can actually see it. The lines become a little bit blurry. But I think when you're trying to lose body fat, sometimes that would actually set you off and you would say, well, I just give up. I was making progress. I had one couple days and I give up, and you go right back to your previous habits. Guys, it's consistency over a long amount of time. It's May now, guys. It's May. It's taken me until May to lose this 30 pounds, and I'm still not done. My goal is to become maybe the most shredded guy on the internet right now. I'm going to show you guys how to lose all the body fat off every inch of your body, get completely shredded. I'm going to be doing some body fat testing. I'm going to be doing some performance testing, and I'm going to show you how to come out of a diet and stay lean. This is something that I want to share with you guys. So hopefully that paints the pictures. And if you don't really know what your calories and macros should be like, well, guess what, guys? We've got a free nutrition calculator right here. Guess what else we have? A transformation challenge coming up. Yeah, I'm going to be interviewing the winners from our transformation challenge from the new year. We're getting ready to do one in July, and I promise you, we're giving away a lot of money. We're going to make some amazing transformations. It includes meal plans, nutrition plans. It's open worldwide, because what is the most valuable part of getting shredded and getting rid of that belly fat? You have to have a timeline. You have to have a goal. You have to have a reason to get up every day, prep your meals, do your work, and be consistent. When you have that, along with the right plan and approach, great things happen, guys. And that's what's happening with me. Hope you guys had a great week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.